fresh start, a new chapter in life waiting to be written, answers to be discovered and then lived in this transformative year of delight and self-discovery. There's a sense of joy and rejuvenation with the start of the new year. I like to think of it as a blank slate to a fresh start. Something to also keep in mind is that we have the power to choose our mindset whenever we want, not just for the new year. In order to get clear about our intentions for the year, I think it's important to reflect on the year that's passed and ask ourselves, what healthy changes did I make last year that I want to carry on to this year? What am I the most proud of? What do I want to experience more of in the new year? When we have the chance to reflect on our downfalls and the celebrations, it allows us to make choices around what we want to continue to grow and what we need to let go of. Now that we've decided on what we want and what we don't want to come into fruition this year, it's time to start manifesting the best version of ourselves. A vision board is a visual representation of the life that you want to live, and is a set of pictures that bring upon a feeling that we want to attract. When doing this practice, make the space around you help you feel uplifted and inspired. I like to set the mood by lighting a candle, putting on inspirational music, and clearing the space where I'll be making my vision board. Now, there's no right or wrong way to make your vision board. You can make a digital vision board using Canva, Milanote, PowerPoint presentation, Procreate, whatever software you're familiar with using. I also like making one physically on my grid board where I can print out pictures and cut them out, clip them onto the grid, but it really just depends on what you prefer. To make this process a lot easier, I like to section my pictures into categories. So things like career, relationships, health and wellness, experiences, places I want to visit, but really it can be anything that you want to manifest into your life. I find Pinterest and Instagram to have the most aesthetically pleasing photos, so when I choose a photo, I make sure to think about how that photo makes me feel. Keep your vision board somewhere where you will see it often so you can remind yourself of the life that you truly want to manifest. I read a post on Instagram the other day that said, "The way to change your life is in the daily small habits. The way you talk to yourself and how you spend your mornings and nights, what you read and watch, and who you share your energy with." Changing our circumstances really does come from the small habits that we collectively accumulate over time. I think a big misconception that happens around habits is that we feel like we need to tackle everything all at once, day one. I definitely used to be an all or nothing kind of girl. If things weren't perfect, I'd give up right away. Trying to change your diet, add a new fitness routine, and adding more tasks to your list is just simply unrealistic if you haven't developed the skill in each habit first. The older I've gotten, the more I started to learn that perfectionism comes from a place of unworthiness. Trying to be perfect can hinder our mental health, and learning to become flexible and more graceful with our habits can actually help us build those habits with a stronger foundation. It is said that it takes about 21 days to form a habit. So once you have given that one habit the time to form into an automatic habit, that is when you can start introducing a new habit into your daily routine. Just remember to be gentle with yourself and don't let the fear of perfectionism get in the way of you becoming the best version of yourself. One way to stay productive this year is to make sure we are decluttering our physical space. I like to think of your physical space as a representation of what's actually going on in your mind. Essentially, I feel like when I'm living in a messy space, there are chances that I'm feeling overwhelmed, I feel anxiety-driven, and I feel like I'm always living in chaos. However, if our place is organized and our belongings have their own space, then we feel a sense of calmness and serenity around us. It's the perfect way to have peace of mind and reset for the new year. I personally like to declutter in sections, so I'll usually start with my desk as it's a space that I use quite often. Then I'll move on to the drawers of my desk, following my nightstands and my shelves. Before I start this process, I also need to make sure that I take at least a day to reorganize what I need to. So I determine how much time I have, then I organize what stays and goes, and I also make sure to clean whatever furniture pieces I need to in the process. Having our vision board in place, decluttering our space, and forming those new healthy habits now requires us to make sure we're held accountable for meeting those goals. If you like to have a personalized planner where you can edit your weekly and monthly layouts yourself, I'd recommend making a bullet journal. A bullet journal is a notebook with dotted paper where you can essentially create any section to organize your tasks and goals. Some YouTubers that I like to follow who have amazing bullet journaling content are Amanda Rach Lee, Planning with Kay, and there's also a lot of inspiration on Pinterest as well. If bullet journaling is not so much your thing, a basic planner that is already made for you will do just well. You could even use a digital planner like Google Calendar, Milanote. The possibilities are endless nowadays, as long as you have a place where you can organize the tasks that you need to get done. So there you guys have it. Those are my tips and tricks for resetting for the new year. Remember, these tips can be used any time of the year, not just in January. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next week's video. And Happy New Year!